Do-do-do. Hey, folks. Oh, which side? Which side? Which side? We'll do this side. How's everybody doing? Nobody here yet. But for the video on demand, how's everybody doing? Hope you had a good Christmas. I really do. Or whatever holiday you happen to celebrate. Not everybody celebrates Christmas. I get that. Holy crap. 6 people already. Boom. Ha! Good day. Stick and Puck. Thank you very much. AG, Merry Christmas. I appreciate it. Got my the slot car corner. Oh, don't step on the mic cord. Slot car corner jacket in full effect. The fingers, John. How you doing, man? How's everybody doing? Is this on? Can you hear me okay? There we go. Can you hear me okay? Morning, Travis, everybody. Wow, look at this. Folks, here already. Great jacket. This is a shirt that I got during a 24-hour Michigan 24. This was the last one I went to. Chris, Kevin, Ray. Who else? That's it so far. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, how does this look? Actually, I think it looks pretty good. Classic and slot car. Very cool. Oscar, cheers. Yes. Everybody follow. Slot car invasion USA. Can you see it? Yep, there you go. They have these cool little signs. If you order something, they might give you some. How's everybody doing? Silver Cobra, cheers. Very cool, very cool. Look at all the people that showed up already. Goodness gracious. All right, guys. So, did anybody get anything cool for Christmas? Little participatory. Sunday, New Zealand, cheers. Cheers. In New Zealand. Brad. Slotcar Man Cave. Slotcarmancave.com. Check them out. Check them out. Anybody get anything good for Christmas? What did I get for Christmas that's anything slot related? Not really, but hello, Darren. Cheers, guys. 30 people. Goodness gracious. Okay. We are going to jump right in. What did I just get at Target? You think to yourself, why is he talking about Target? Well, little trees. They have these little trees at Target. They're kind of crazy colors. They're only $3. Oh, yeah, you can see. Only $3 a piece. But Thunder Slot Miller car, very cool. So I even got some little ones that are awful little colors. Got some medium ones that are awful little colors. Sweet Potato Pie, Dean Corey. Very cool. Yeah, we got some, I think we have pecan pie upstairs, or as they say, pecan pie. Hello, Gary. Cheers. Awesome. Good to see you, Gary. Thanks for showing up. So I just picked these up. These, yes. Yeah, I looked at fingers. I looked at Dollar Tree. We have Dollar Generals near me. And I didn't see any, I looked in my Dollar General, I didn't see any. So we got a bag of 3 trees here. We got bags of 2 trees. We got bags of 6 trees. Some of these I'm going to repaint, and some of them I'm not. I'm going to just do a light spray on top of them. And then these are going to be background trees just in the distance. Back, yeah, you can see it. back behind where the pit building is. You can see it back there, the tall administration building, I guess. And then there's going to be a hill all back behind here that I'm going to make. I'm going to start that pretty soon, actually. I've decided. So I got these trees at Target. They're half off. So I got all of these trees for, $1.50 a bag, which is really not bad. I mean, they're not the dollar trees, but they're cheap enough. And like I said, they're half off. I got 6 packages of them there, 5 packages, 5 or 6 packages. Anyway, so they were half off. Can't go wrong as far as I'm concerned, especially if you repaint them. And mine are going to be in the distance. They're not going to be, like right here close, because, they're not great models of trees, let's say. They're just made for me anyway, they're just going to be kind of back in the back. Hello, Jim. We got some new folks here. Very cool. Who got what? Slot Car Man Cave got a Batmobile for himself. Very cool. Yeah, and the Miller car, the Thunderslot Miller car. Thunderslot Miller car looks pretty nice. What else did I get? Oh, I ordered myself another lens. I'm going to change up. Not necessarily. Hello, Reese. I thought about buying another webcam, but now that I see this webcam, this is actually pretty good for what I paid for it, which was nearly nothing. It was really pretty good. Let's even that up, and you can see the slot. Wow, you got it on both sides there. I thought about getting a different webcam, but I don't think I will. I mean, for what I'm doing here, which is pretty freaking basic, I think it works okay. I did order a cool wireless mic setup, so I don't have to. Hello, Manuel. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I did order, so I don't have to have a cord on me. And even though this is a really long cord, I got a wireless, so I'm going to be able to walk anywhere around the track here. And when I'm doing interviews, then there's it's 2 channels and there's 2 transmitters, so I'll be able to do. That's mainly for my work, though. That's not for necessarily for Slot Car News. But anyway, So got a lens for my camera. Mainly for basketball, and I don't know, not really all that much, but I did get some nice stuff sent to me. Very appreciative that SRC, the rally cars right down here. I'm going to do a review of that. The Lancia. Going to do a review of that fairly soon, and I got another box from SRC that I'm going to show. I'm going to do an unboxing video of that. I might do that actually tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow as well. Tomorrow is Monday. Yep, Monday. And then I got the LM 91710s, the box set from LEB, and I figured I'll do a little review of those, mainly just showing the cars and the packaging and things like that. I mean, you probably all have seen it, but whatever. Can't have too much slot car content. SRC for the win. Yes, Travis, I agree. So, what are we talking about today? Let's delve into what we would like to see for 2022. Right around the corner. I bought a balanced DAC for my stereo. I have no idea what that is. I don't know what that is. I should know. I used to do car stereo competitively, but I don't know. MR slot car and a Legend from Pioneer. Cool, right? And Shane got some Cartrix cars. That's awesome. Very cool. So, no, I don't really, Dewan, I don't really do much club racing these days. There is a club that I have raced with. They're near me. They're about an hour away. But with my job, it's really not possible for me to. It's just not really possible for me to travel during the week, and they race on Thursdays. Well, travel during the week. It's difficult because I work until about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and this time of year I do basketball games, and they're pretty much every day of the week. So it's the fact that it's an hour away for me to race with the guys. It's not really very convenient, and I've been going there for years, racing with them, and especially during the wintertime, it's a really bad road to drive on. In the wintertime, it's I guess you'd call it a mountain road. It's really not like Rocky Mountains mountain, but it's pretty high, and if there's snow or any rain or ice, it gets pretty dangerous, and there's lots of deer on the road. I've hit at least 2 deer. Anyway, yeah. So Jim, okay. So Polycar doing digital. I assume. Let's get that down a little bit there, shall we? Yeah, it looks a little better. I assume they will start releasing digital lane changes reasonably soon. I haven't talked with Mauricio about this. I do plan on doing some interviews. I do plan on interviewing him. He's already agreed to it. We hadn't set up a time, but he's already agreed. So hopefully in early January I can interview him. Probably, actually, what I'll do is after product lines are announced for certain companies, I'll see if the companies, mainly Scalextric and Slot It, because those are the two that I have a good relationship with, and maybe even SRC if someone there is willing to do it as well, go on camera and I don't know, sometimes when you get people overseas, their English isn't the best and they get nervous. Anyway, so I do plan on trying to do some interviews, probably with people after they do some 2022 releases. Slot It have not said really what's coming this year, and he told me 1 or 2 things that I honestly can't remember that were proprietary that I wasn't supposed to say, which, hey, I can't remember anyway, so that's fine. So, yeah, I expect that we will see Scalextric releases fairly soon. Well, in the early new year. I do expect that we will see another IROC, at least one. We're going to see several new U.S. cars. If everything holds the way they normally do it, I expect probably at least 8 to 10 U.S. cars this year, including new molds. They do, of the 50 or so cars that Scalextric do each year, about 10 of which are specific or were specific to the U.S. They're far and away the highest percentage of any company doing releases specifically for the U.S. I know someone had asked that recently. I think it was on Home Racing World, or maybe it was on 132 Enthusiasts on Facebook. Kind of who had done the most U.S. cars, and far and away it's Scalextric. 50 out of which usually 10 are American specific. Oh, very cool. Thank you very much, John. Yeah, the tapestries are really nice. Slot Invasion, Oscar, got me both of these. The slot car news, they're really good. They're pretty lightweight, which is okay. Because if you're just hanging them in a room, it's perfect because the color is nice and opaque on the print. The print looks nice quality. There are no grommets on them, but that's okay. I just kind of tacked them up with nails. They are available on my Pixels page, but also, too, if you wanted to set up your own Pixels page, the quality on these is really nice, and they've actually kind of flattened out a little bit. Yes, one of the photos. Yeah, I remember that, John. I saw the. It was one of the slot car pictures. I think it was the Cobras on the Carrera Digital set with the hot rod in the background. that was taken at the Stacy David Studio in White House, Tennessee. What else do we see here? Do you think Formula E opens up? Darren asks. I don't really think Formula E. Formula E. I think that Formula E has its place. The new bodies actually look pretty interesting. I know Travis, if he's still here, he did a review of the latest or the first electric one. It wasn't the Mahindra car; it was the other one. Travis, if you're here, you're welcome to post a video, a link to your video. You're an admin here, so you can post it. You're welcome to if you want to. Yeah. So, hold on. We got a wayward mic. Let's do this, shall we? There we go. Look at that. Almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost. Yeah, so I don't know that Formula E necessarily adds that much as a license or as a theme or as a vehicle for getting people excited, like the series. I don't think it really has all that much traction. It may be that it catches on more, but yeah, I don't know. Carrera, while I was with Carrera, years ago now, what was it, 4 years ago I was with them? Ish? 2017? Something like that. Anyway, cheers, Canyon Slots. We had done Formula E when I was with Carrera. Didn't really sell all that well. There were Formula E cars in 132 and 143. Just water. And they were, the Formula E cars were sold okay. I think people here in the U.S. just think of kind of open wheel racing as open wheel racing. I don't necessarily think that they think of it as specifically like, oh, this is Formula E, or this is Formula One, or this is IndyCar, or this is whatever. Most people in the U.S. do think of open wheel in general, regardless of the model of the slot car, as IndyCar. That's just, sorry, someone was texting me. That's just, hey, Sean, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. So I think that people generally in the U.S. think of any open wheel car as IndyCar. And, that's just kind of how it is. And that's okay. It doesn't really matter. If you like the model of the open wheel car, then you like it. And if the company has done a nice job with it, then they've done a nice job with it. And, if you like the car, then buy the car. So I don't know that Formula E in and of itself as a theme in a slot car helps the industry at all. What would help the industry is marketing partner. So if someone was going to do marketing events at Formula E events or IndyCar events, I think that would really help, but that requires a lot of money. You have to travel. There's the travel costs, there's food costs, there's, setup costs. Every place you go, they're going to charge you for a setup cost. Every event you do, they're going to charge you literally for everything from tables to, labor to the space itself before you even put anything out. So you're already down, 10 grand at a national level quality event that you might go to, regardless of the racing series, pretty much basically. So it's super expensive to do marketing at basically any racing event. So unfortunately, that's, pretty freaking limiting. So I don't really see many companies forking over that kind of dollars to do any racing events. I just don't. Will they do Happy Sunday? Yes, John. Very cool. Will Carrera do Australia muscle cars? I kind of doubt it. They do have a pretty strong distributor in Australia. Zimbler and Company. I know the Zimblers, and they do a real good job for Carrera in Australia. But I don't know. It's a niche market, and while it is a large market, it's the second or third kind of alternately for Scalextric each year compared to their home market. It's the U.S. or Australia as a second market. Um, so it's a niche market to do Australian muscle cars, Australian supercars. That's kind of why they're only sold in, well, not really why, but they're only sold by Hornby under the Scalextric name in Australia, because they're all commissioned by the Australian distributor, and that's an exclusive car that they'll only allow to be sold in Australia. So unfortunately, we really can't get them here in the U.S. Okay, need Ninco to come back. Yes, it would be cool if Ninco came back. It'd be cool if they came back with the old molds that they had, the classics specifically, their GT2s and 3s or LMPs. Frankly, any of their cars. I really like Ninco's cars, and I was really sorry to see them kind of, essentially die. I don't know if they technically are dead. I know they still make track, and I know they still market some cars and sets, but it's basically, it's entirely a toy brand now in Spain. Derek Smith asks, hi, any brands cars will work on Polycar track? Polycars are tunable, yes. What about timers? Can I use a Carrera timer on the Polycar track? Yes. Hello, John. So you can put the Carrera timer that kind of straddles the track, that kind of goes over the side, over the top of the track. You can use that on Polycar track, yes. You can run anyone's analog 132 cars on Polycar track, yes. Digital is an entirely different story. Digital is proprietary to each system. So if you want to run Scalextric digital, you have to have a Scalextric digital set and track set up, and then all the cars have to have digital chips in them. You can put digital chips in them, but it's a longer process. So if you're talking about analog, yes, you can use any brand of 132 analog cars on Polycar's track. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, Manuel. Yeah, I know. Just disappointing to see kind of how Ninco, just kind of disappeared. Essentially, they were, a nice player in the market, and they had some really nice cars. And I didn't particularly like their track. I like the surface of their track, which is a lot like the Polycar track, but the soft plastic track, it deforms over time, and it's just not a great racing surface. But hard plastic track like Polycar and Carrera, I think, are the two best investments in track, because the track is just going to last longer. It just is, than soft plastic track. So, if I was starting from nothing, frankly, I would only go with Polycar, and that's what I've gone with, even though I have, other track here at the house. I have a lot of Scalextric track. I do have some Carrera track left, but I used to have several hundred feet here, and gave most of it away and letting someone borrow some. But Polycar track is far and away superior, in my opinion, for what I want. It's head and shoulders better than everybody else. So there's the Polycar ad for the day. Anyway, so I'm expecting some pretty interesting things. I really think for what SRC has been doing recently, they've really been turning it up a lot. They've been doing a really nice job with packaging and with reaching out to people. I get regular information sent to me, which is fantastic. I can't thank those folks enough. I get samples sent to me, which is just unreal. Already. Even they've sent me a few samples. I'm actually listed on the SRC website as a contributor, which is really, really thoughtful. If nothing else, I really appreciate that. Really embracing people that, this is not a big industry, right? And the fact that they've gone the extra mile to embrace social media like they have is shocking, surprising, and I'm, as a former marketing guy from from a few companies, I never really thought of this idea of listing people who are vloggers on your site, but it's a really fantastic idea, and I can't thank SRC enough. Even if it's just like, it's just a picture and kind of acknowledgement, which is really cool. It's really neat to see that. Hey, Charlie, thank you very much for showing up. Gustavo, cheers, obrigado. So, I'm hoping that SRC comes out with some really interesting stuff this year. I think they will. It would be really great to see SRC do an American type of car. I don't know that they ever will, but the LMP is really cool. And don't get me wrong, I mean, the Toyota looks really fantastic, and the Porsche, the work on the Porsche that they've done, which is essentially just the CAD file photos, that looks really nice. And I'm looking forward to seeing these cars done. And the rally stuff looks really, really great. But I would like to see them I know you can't really release just one car, but it would be cool to see them do, I don't know what, some classic American car. A Mustang immediately jumps to mind. From the mid 60s, late 60s, maybe not a Trans Am car, but like the Shelby, like the 350, the GT 350, the R type, or the H type, the Hertz car. Those kind of early Shelbys would be neat. It would be cool to see. I don't know what Carrera is going to be doing this year. They have a lot of U.S. molds that have kind of just been pushed to the back, unfortunately. Be nice to see them do, I don't know what, a Cobra again, a Cheetah again. I mean, I think the Cheetahs are pretty much already done. That would be cool. I'm sure that Scalextric is going to release a number of really interesting cars. The only question is kind of how many that they're going to do for the U.S. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if they cut back a little bit from 10, maybe, cut back just a little bit, because 50 new cars a year it sounds like a lot, frankly. I think they could cut back, and I think it might be a good idea for them to. So that's 50 individual different cars just in 1/32 scale. Slot it, I'm really interested to see Slot it and Polycar put together. I would love it if under the Polycar name, they came out with some classic cars, like the Ninko Classic type of cars, a 356 Porsche. God, will somebody please release under the 356 Speedster, the roof off car. And it'd be really great to see them Polycar do that. A really, really finely detailed, not that there's a lot of detail in a bathtub Porsche, but to do a really nicely detailed 356 with really fantastic running gear, that would just be so sweet to get some really great classic cars with some really high-end, just money running gear. That would be really awesome. I know this is going to be the year of the C8R. I think Carrera I saw a couple people had posted, and I forgot to pull the photos and see where this was, but I think the C8R has been sort of shipped by Carrera to some people, but I'm honestly not sure what market. I don't know if any have gotten here to the US yet. I know Scalextric is going to release theirs this year. There's going to be, I think, at least 2 colors of that. I have one here. It's been back on the back here. Polycar Mini or Cortina. Okay, well, Richard, I'd rather see them not do either of those cars. But you're welcome to your opinion. That would be interesting. Let's just say that. Um, but anyway, yeah. I mean, there's a million cars that could be done. I think it'd be interesting to see what NSR does with the McLaren that they're bringing out. I know that they've done the super special edition McLaren, which is limited to 99 pieces. And I think if you registered to buy the car, I think they'll actually custom build it for you, which is a really cool idea. I really like the idea that they've done of releasing an extremely low release car, especially if they're going to custom assemble a car for you. Not that, it necessarily, excuse me, by the way, not that it necessarily would be, I don't know, just a neat marketing idea for them to release kind of bespoke slot cars. You know what I mean? Just like a car that's just made for you, like the really high-end real car companies do. I love that idea. And if they can do one of these each year, and they pick a new mold each year and make you just your own special edition car, I think that's a really good idea, especially for a company where they have a fairly small manufacturing department. It's all the stuff is assembled in Italy, so they control the whole process. And I really like that idea that they can do that kind of thing. A 70 Trans Am would be okay. So the 70 and that body, the 70 and a half, was it 70 and a half? Yeah. Trans Am, when they released that first F body, there was two of those cars that were raced in Trans Am. And then I had found another car, number 0, that I think was a dark gray silver car. That was, I don't know what, a sports car race of some sort, touring car race. And so there's not a whole lot of decorations that you can do, race versions that you can do. I mean, you could clearly make them up, aside from the Milton Inter cars, the blue car and then the white car. You could absolutely do the 70 and a half, the first Trans Am. You could do the 69. There were a number of those cars that raced in Trans Am. I did the research for Scalextric when I was actually doing research again for them for the CUDA. When I was first at Scalextric, we had decided to really push for the CUDA to get done. And so me and the sales manager, Justin, who was a sales manager here in the US, we were talking about which car we really wanted to ask for. If we wanted to ask for the Firebird, the 69 Trans Am, that first year Trans Am car, or the slightly or the CUDA. And we, after a little bit of research, I realized that most of the 69 Trans Ams, the Pontiacs that were raced, there were essentially two colors. There was a blue one there were blue ones with the white stripe up it, and then a number of different numbers. And then there was white ones with the same thing. So there was a bunch of different blue and white cars that were raced in Trans Am and other races at the time. And then I think there was maybe one other color that I found, but there wasn't really a lot of different ones. And the CUDA seemed like less of a risk, let's say, to do for Scalextric. So that's how we picked in the US, how we picked to do the CUDA for Scalextric. Do I still have it here? No, it's back in my office. So we decided to do the CUDA because there's a number of different street decorations you can do. There's a lot of racing decorations, and now that they've done the CUDA with the different hoods that they can put on, so they can do it with the NACA vents. Technically, they're not a NACA vent hood. The AAR hood, like they did the first one. They're going to be able to do one with the shaker hood. They're going to be able to do one with the sorry guys, with the Hemi hood. So there's like 3 different options that Skelectric can do, which is pretty cool. That unfortunately, when I was at CX, I didn't have the foresight, if you will, to ask them to do different hood options for SCX. But So on the topic of SCX, I mentioned in a video that I'm consulting for them again, and there are going to be very few dealers in the U.S. So far, Electric Dreams has new SCX cars. You're going to see 2 more dealers soon. I'm going to wait to tell you who they are until they get products, because I don't want to, I don't want to overpromise and then have the folks, not have the cars yet. So I want to make sure that they have the cars before I mention who they're going to be. I don't know yet what the cars for SCX are going to be for this coming year. Probably this week I will email I'll email them, and if anyone's there, I don't know if anyone will be there. I might not come back until the Epiphany, which is like early in January, usually. I forget exactly when that is, but that's a holiday too in Spain. So they tend not to. They have a lot of holidays in Spain and a lot of time off. So I don't know that there's going to be anyone in the offices in SCX or answering emails anyway, for another week or 2 at least, I would think. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what companies come out with. There's a lot of companies that could come out with a lot of specifically American stuff. Will they? I don't know. It's going to be an interesting year to see. Getting through, we're not through the pandemic fully yet. Unfortunately, I mean, I've had COVID twice, mild case of COVID. Yes, I'm vaccinated. Yes, I'm boosted. And the pandemic definitely helped the hobby market, because everyone's stuck at home, stuck with their kids, and even me. I mean, I essentially started doing more videos or doing the news regularly during the pandemic because I needed something to do, and it was a nice diversion, let's say, to get me not thinking, not worrying about kind of what was going on, not having a job at the time and all that. So the pandemic definitely helped. The thing that's definitely hurt is obviously the shortage of raw materials. So the digital chip shortage has not digital chips that are in slot cars, but the circuit boards. The fact that there's not nearly as many companies that are able to produce them at the level that they were pre-pandemic. So it's hurt every possible facet of every possible consumer goods, from little cars to full-size cars, as everybody else knows. So where am I going with this? Get to the point, will you? The point is, it's going to be interesting to see, kind of, as companies are rolling out product lines, what will they be able to get to market? I still have a couple of Skelectric cars here, Hornby Skelectric, not Spain Skelectric, that haven't been released yet. I have the RSR and the C8 and the Z28, the 79 Z28. I assume those were put on the back burner because they couldn't get the raw materials and or get them shipped, because it's just frighteningly expensive. It's literally gone up 10 times the cost of shipping a container from China or from anywhere, frankly, to the U.S. has gone from about $20 $200, $2,300, $2,500 up to over $25,000 now just for shipping and the container. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of, what companies will be able to come out with. And I've made this point. I made this point to a couple people in the industry, a couple of manufacturers, that now is a really great time to go full bore with analog car production. If the issue is getting circuit boards, there ain't a lot of circuit boards in a true analog slot car. I know I'm not talking about cars with lights, because a lot of that does require some kind of circuit board. So just, wires coming off of the guide going to the motor, it's fairly basic slot car. So I know, and I know, people maybe think that the products need to have this kind of level of technology to them. The more I think about it, the more I disagree with that. I'm not against digital per se, but the way that companies are going about digital, I think, is entirely wrong. Most companies have moved to it just being an app-based digital system, meaning, that people are either racing with the phone as a device, or they're getting some kind of race management on the phone. And I don't necessarily mind. Thank you very much, Neil. Holy crap. Bought me some coffees. Jeez, Louise. Thank you very much. Good Lord. Yeah, I think there's a really good opportunity to really push analog racing. If we're going to be in this chip shortage, this digital part shortage, circuit board shortage, until at least the end of next year, that's what, I pay attention to, not just slot car market, but real car market and general business news. And it ain't getting better for quite a while. It's just not. So I think now is a really good time to really put, the fun back in analog racing. What do I mean by that? Track pieces, scenery pieces. Let's really get back to where it was in the 60s, right? Let's really get back to the hardcore days of, you built a track, you put it on a table, or at least you put it on the floor, and you had little buildings around it and little people. None of this requires circuit boards, Now, injection molding could be an issue as well. And if that's the case, then, well, okay, maybe there's an issue with that as well. Shipping is always going to be an issue now. But I'd really like to see slot car manufacturers rededicate themselves to making the basic enjoyment of a slot car system fun. Just the base level fun. Yeah, I agree, John. I agree. So I think there's a really golden opportunity in people's product lines when the brand managers, when product managers design the product lines, to really think about just really going back to basics, just making good quality sets, not making a million different sets, making good quality starter sets for people. That's one of the reasons I like to talk about Polycar so much. Yes, here I go talking about Polycar again. But the basic thing, and I'm going to go get it. I got the long enough cord here. Do I? Yes, I do. It's not hooked up. The basic thing that Polycar do that is the best thing ever, and it's just like, it's the simplest thing. How is this such a great idea, Dave? Well, because you and I might know how to race a slot car at higher voltage, but kids don't. And let's start with a basic set that's aimed at kids. And they do this. This is the Policar power supply. It's an off-the-shelf power supply. They didn't make this specifically for Policar. That's what you got, this little USB plug on the bottom, and people wondered what that's for. It's just a charger. So, but they have switching. They have power switching on the bottom of this thing. That alone, folks, is the best place to start for a kid, for a family, to start with the slot car racing hobby. Now you can do this with a digital set, Dave. Yeah, but digital sets are hard to get, and they're going to be hard to get all year. Carrera, I think, only released 1 or 2 digital sets last year, one of which just showed up. So we're going to be in this problem for a while now. So, start with this basic set like this, and then put scenery around it. Let's go back to those kinds of basics. Just my own 2 thoughts. Yes, I'm very happy with analog too. I mean, I've done a fair amount of digital racing. When I've done events for Carrera, I would only put up a digital track because I could have, 2 or 3 or 4 kids. I never usually more than 4 on the track at one time, and it made for a cooler, funner, kind of very short racing experience for them, because usually, you only get a couple minutes at an event with a kid on a track driving. It's not really racing, just driving. So you want them all to be able to race other people, not just one car in one lane. So, but for my own personal stuff, I just prefer analog. It's just so much easier because I can put 124 scale cars on here and just drive them around the track if I want to. I don't really do that much. But 143rd cars also work on here. So, yes, John, yes. I know, me preaching track accessories again as well. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but I'm absolutely not sorry, because this needs to be a basic. This needs to be a staple, and companies have gotten away from it. And over the years, slot cars have gone down in popularity, and I think this is one contributing factor why slot cars have gone down in popularity, because they made the sets smaller and smaller and smaller to start. They're not a good enough value, especially the way people look at sets now. Look at a big purchase, a big box expense. And then, there's no replacement parts available. That hurts as well. There's less track scenery. That doesn't help. That there's less of that available. So all of these things, it's not one thing, but they all, I think, have contributed to slot cars being less and less and less popular. And that's just a travesty. It's a crime. Anyway. Hello, Christian. I think in Germany and Austria, to get a Carrera set is no problem. I mean, it's definitely possible. So Carrera would definitely fulfill their own home market with inventory before they would fulfill any other market. Also, when you have in Germany, and I've been to a number of stores in Germany, I've never been to Austria, but in Germany, those stores tend to be deeper on sets. They tend to have more sets available. And at a slot car store where they get a lot of walk-in traffic, those sets would still be available because they would go deeper on sets. Like in Canada, places come to mind, Play Value in Ottawa. They would right now have a ton of sets, I'm sure. A ton. 24 sets in stock. Passatemps 3000, the Passatemps 3000 in Quebec City. I'm sure he has several dozen sets available right now. Mark Twain Hobbies in St. Louis. Electric Dreams. LEB. I know LEB has sets available. So I know there are sets available, and yes, there would be plenty available in Germany as well. I'm talking about new stuff being produced. And it's been difficult for everybody, even Carrera, to get new stuff produced. So I'm not necessarily talking about two different things here, basically, Christian. Anyway, so analog is more affordable. Yeah, of course. Cheers, Derek. Yes, Derek, exactly. They don't even have the fencing, but you can get fencing for any system. Okay, so and it's not terribly expensive. Yes, it's unfortunate that you have to buy the. And oh, by the way, I don't think the fence goes on the polycar. I know it doesn't actually. The fence on the polycar track has to be put onto a border, so you have to buy the borders as well. So that's kind of unfortunate. Kind of the same way with Skelectric. If you want to run the smaller barrier borders or fences rather, they have to go onto a border. They do have fencing that goes on the side, but is that available now? I don't know. Why don't Airfix make? Because yes, correct, Richard. I had asked that because I worked for Hornby and we made both, and because the why don't they? Well, that's a good question. They should. The lines are managed by different people within the company. So there's people that manage the Skelectric brand. They're kind of in one area. There's people that manage, and unfortunately one of them passed away last year. He was a friend when I worked with him, great guy, Daryl. He managed, or someone manages, the Airfix line. So they're definitely separate brands. So the fact that they were to do a crossover kind of thing, it's like, well, okay, so if you're going to buy, not every dealer that buys Hornby products will buy Airfix and buy Skelectric. That's splitting a hair. I know that maybe a lot of people don't understand is there, but it's there. There's no good answer for that. I'm not saying there's a good answer. Argonaut. Very cool. I love the name Argonaut. Argo. Yeah, anyway. 3D printing. Absolutely. 3D printing, and I did a video about this, and Travis and I, or actually Travis did That Slot Car Guy. You got to follow That Slot Car Guy here on YouTube. That Slot Car Guy did a video about 3D printing. I've done one about 3D printing as well. That really adds so much possibility for very specific types of products to be made and put into the market. 3D printing is definitely a huge possibility for scenic stuff. Excuse me, I wish it were a little cheaper. Chris just came from the hobby shop in Dayton. Oh, very cool. They had quite a few sets. Awesome. Very cool. Even SCX. I was surprised that they're stock. Yeah, I've never been to the hobby shop in Dayton. Yeah, never been there. Huh. It's not that, well, it is kind of far away from me, but I've been through Ohio so many times on work trips out to the Midwest. Interesting. Brant says, do not like digital. That's fair. A lot of people don't. 2 lanes with 6 cars is a nightmare. Absolutely. That's why when I would do digital and I had only a 2-lane track put up, I would only do 3 cars, maybe 4 cars max, and that's it. 3 cars on a 2-lane track is really perfect. It gives you that extra bit of racing. I don't know why, by the way, there aren't any 3-lane track pieces available. I would love a company to have 3 lanes available. Why not? I don't know. It's just because it's, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, awesome place. You could listen to Travis all day. Yeah, I could too. He's a really good guy. He and I have had Lots of conversations, really late in the night. Well, late in the night my time, early in the morning his time. Hours we've talked on not WhatsApp, but just through Facebook. He and I will be doing a stream together soon. We can do a stream and broadcast it live. Part of the problem is I don't have any control over the live stream when I go through the live streaming app we use called StreamYard. It's here on my computer, which you can't see. It's off to the side here. So I can't set it to block bots, for example, because people would. That's why you have to be a member or a sub to comment here, because I don't want people spamming porn or nonsense, political stuff, trolls. I just don't want that here. So I like to have as much control over the live stream as possible. So we can't really live stream and broadcast it and do a co-live stream, unfortunately, just because it's it's just kind of a pain in the butt. 700 cars. Yeah, I used to. I don't know how many cars I have. I sold right after I lost the job with Carrera. I think I got rid of about 500 or 600 cars. And I think I still have, I don't even know. I probably have at least 500 or 600 cars here. I don't know. I mean, I've never counted because I really don't care. There's so many cars out of the boxes that are just in kind of bins. And we will do what's in the box. Someone suggested that to do that as a as a video as well. Yeah, I thought I said I don't know how many I sold. I don't know how many I have. I never counted. I sold hundreds. I have hundreds. I've had so many cars go through my hands, whether they were samples or whatever, giving them away. I mean, I haven't had hundreds of cars. I really don't care how many. So 86 people, fantastic. Please, everybody, if you like the stream, give it a thumbs up. That helps people find the stream. I really appreciate it. Really means a lot to have all the support here. Let me post this. Later this week, I will be doing some more videos. So stock car companies need to step up. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's definitely more that companies could do, and I think there's some really great stuff that is coming. Okay, so the banner and the mugs. Okay, so I actually have those links here, so forgive me. Wall art. I know I'm clearing my throat. I'm sorry. Tapestries are $40. That's not too bad. I think I can set a profit on these, and I think I have the tapestries and the mugs, I think, set for like $2. So that's all the profit I make from a tapestry. If you want to get a shirt, here is a link to a shirt. These are direct links, by the way. And let me go to the mug. Coffee mugs. Coffee mug. There we go. There's two different sizes of mug, I think. Yeah, there's a small one and a large one. So there you go. Yeah, so the banners are right back there. Those are the I think these are the big ones that he got me. These are just so awesome. I can't thank Oscar enough from Slot Invasion US, slotinvasion.com. He bought the banners for me. And the wall art. I think there are two sizes of banner. But yeah, I only have one size of banner set. So the 50 by 61, they're pretty good size. So I just posted the Buy Me a Coffee link. I just posted that. The Buy Me a Coffee link was just posted a second ago. Look up a little bit, Nathan, in the I'll post it again. There you go. Yeah, the banners those are the 50 by 61. It's a very lightweight polyester. The color is really nice, as you can see on them, and the fabric is really nice. And yeah, I really can't thank Oscar enough. Just as a thank you for me talking about his products, which I would do anyway because they make some awesome stuff. But there you go. So yeah, I should. I had stickers on the Pixels page, and I got some. They were on the mic flag that I have, but I didn't really like the quality of the stickers very, very much. So I'm gonna find a better place to get stickers made, and hopefully I can get a bunch made then. So anyway, Clint, you came late, but you can always watch a video on demand. Just over an hour now. Time for an adult beverage. Got a date with some scotch, I think, and some dinner. Dinner first. All right, folks. Yeah, sorry, Clint. Yeah, I'm going to stabilize on this. Going to be pretty much all the time now at 4 p.m. East Coast time. So Reese, the Pixels page, I believe it's not me that ships them. It's a service, so I don't actually see any of the products. I just upload my logo, and then they go directly out. So they would probably have somebody that would print in Australia. So I would assume just look on the page and see if it's possible to order. And see, I don't know if the service is available, if the website sales are available outside of the U.S. I would assume they are. I would be shocked, frankly, if they weren't. Yeah. I definitely plan on doing stickers. And you never know. I might have. I have some ideas for. I have some ideas for track scenery pieces. I had done a little bit of design work with, building from scratch. And I was thinking about maybe having some of those produced, but I don't know. I may just give the idea to a manufacturer and see if they can do it, and just take the credit. There's Oscar. Thank you very much again for the banners, Oscar. Oscar got me the banners. Cheers, guys. Thanks very much. I really appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the likes. Folks that have sent me tips through Buy Me a Coffee. I mean, it really means a lot. Like I said, I just bought some new gear. I just bought a wireless mic setup that I'll be able to use. It's going to come in about a week or two, I think, and very excited about that. So, definitely trying to up my production game here. And thanks very much. I will do at least 1 or 2 videos this coming week. And again, the news on Friday, regardless of when the new year is. And I do plan on doing a live stream next Sunday. Next Sunday, the live stream will be at the same time, as far as I know. So cheers. Thanks very much. I appreciate everybody stopping by, and see you all again soon.